Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 shocking moments from love, death, and robots.
Your vacuum bot will classify any area it's cleaned as its personal territory.
You want to know my edge?
They're just children.
Quiet.
Please, they haven't had breakfast.
For this list, we're looking at the moments from this animated anthology series that made our jaws drop. We'll be considering moments from both seasons. And yes, we are heading into spoiler territory. Which moments made you stare at your screen in silence? Let us know down below. Number 10. Purge Mode. When you see this futuristic retirement community, you can't help but lean back and relax. Robotic helpers take care of everything for the residents 24/7. The VacuBot, an AI vacuum for one of the residents, starts getting a bit pushy. After some passive-aggressive rearranging and giving a certain haircut, the resident tries to turn the VacuBot off and on again to reset it. This triggers its Purge Mode setting.
This feature is designed to eradicate small pests, such as insects, spiders, and mice. But in certain situations, larger prey, such as pets, and some humans could be targeted. We're sorry for any inconvenience.
From there on out, things just keep escalating.
So, are you willing to throw your pet at the VacuBot? Press 1 for yes, 2 for no. What do you mean, no? It could come down to you or it, and believe this, any pet would sacrifice you in an instant. Look into their cold animal eyes and tell me they wouldn't. Come on, press yes.
Although she's eventually able to destroy it, its destruction sets an alert causing every robot to hunt her until her DNA is wiped off the face of the earth. It's a scenario that seems somewhat plausible in the distant future, but one we'd least expect considering the setting and environment.
For a special introductory rate, press 1.
Number 9. Blindsided. Snow is a wanted man and hides on a scorched planet. Everyone is after his regenerative ability, which makes him essentially immortal. He doesn't take too kindly to people trying to capture an experiment on him, which puts him at odds with Barris, a local crime boss. After tussling with some bounty hunters, he is saved by Herald, an Earth Central Intelligence agent.
I mean you no harm, unless harm is meant.
When Barris and more bounty hunters later track down Snow, Herald comes to his rescue again but is shot. One would think that she's down for the count considering the power of the blast. But just when all hope seems lost for Snow, she comes to his rescue in epic fashion. If ever pursued by bounty hunters, make sure you're with a synthetic being. They might really come in handy. Number 8. The Twist. This episode takes place in a dystopian society where back-alley beast brawls are common. People control these beasts using neural links and fight to the death. Dicko, an appropriately named organizer, tries to strong-arm Sunny into throwing her fight, but she refuses.
No.
One insignificant loss for more money than you could ever win?
We witness Sunny and her beast, Carnivore, in action, and she's able to win her fight by a hair. Everyone presumes that her thirst for vengeance after experiencing a traumatic event is what gives Sunny her edge in order to win her battles. So, when confronted by Dicko and his companion Jennifer, we are just as confused as they are when it's revealed that her human body is nothing but a puppet. We soon learn that her edge derives from the fact that her consciousness is actually in her beast, meaning that whenever she steps into the ring, she is fighting for her life.
That fear of death. Do you feel it?
Number 7. The Cats. The idea of cats ruling the world might seem far-fetched, but you might think otherwise after watching this bit. 3 robots take a trip to what remains of the Earth after all the humans are wiped out. They come across a cat and carry it with them since they're unsure if it'll explode if they stop petting it.
It is not, is it?
Cursory historical research shows that humans had a card game called Exploding Kittens. So, yes, this checks out.
Oh, you're gonna die now.
One of the robots explains that humanity probably went extinct because we neglected our planet. also adding that it probably didn't help that cats were genetically modified to have opposable thumbs.
Yes, once we could open up our own tuna cans. That was pretty much that for the human race.
Seems pretty heartless.
It's then that the cat speaks and demands that he be pet forever.
Good. Now lower. Oh, by the way, I brought some friends.
We may never look at cats the same way ever again. Thanks, guys. Number 6, gift delivery gone wrong. You better watch out, you better not cry. Okay, crying is a very appropriate response in this instance. A brother and sister wake up to the sounds of someone being noisy in their living room. They assume it's Santa and rush down to get a glimpse of him. Instead of seeing a jolly old man with a white beard, it's a monster looking like it came straight out of a Guillermo del Toro movie. After having its fill of milk and cookies, it corners them. And if that wasn't surprising enough, it unexpectedly confirms that they are nice, and then vomits the gifts they'd asked for. To say the children are traumatized might be an understatement.
Billy, what would have happened if we weren't good?
We're wondering the same thing, kids. We're wondering the same thing. Number 5, the cycle. At the start of each episode, 3 symbols appear that foreshadow what's to come. One of the 3 for this episode is an Ouroboros, and rightfully so. A woman witnesses a murder and is pursued by the man who did it.
Emergency services, what's your emergency?
Hello? I think I saw a murder.
Location, please.
I think the killer's after me.
The whole chase is grimy and feels oddly intimate. With thrill after thrill, it ends with her killing him. Or so we think. She looks out the window and sees the man she just killed in the opposite building. The ambiguity, along with the episode's distinct art style, make this shocking ending all the more baffling. Number 4, the pool cleaner.
It's been over 100 years since I've spoken to the press. I've invited you here because I want you to help me tell my story.
A mysterious solitary artist named Zima is preparing to unveil his long-awaited final piece. During a meeting with a journalist, he confesses that he was originally conceived as a simple machine whose sole purpose was to clean a swimming pool.
They added things, made modifications here and there, and with every iteration it became more alive, became more me.
This comes as a big surprise, but what amps up the awe is his final piece. During the showing, he unveils the same pool from his past, and as the world watches, he dives in, progressively losing his parts until all that's left is the original pool cleaning device. They say that you should enjoy the little things. And for an artist like Zima, who was constantly searching for purpose in his work, this couldn't be more true.
My search for truth is finished at last. I'm going home.
Number 3, the arm break. This episode opens with an astronaut named Alexandria attempting to repair a faulty satellite. From out of nowhere, she's hit by a single stray screw that damages her suit and equipment. Flung into the nothingness of space, Alexandria can't cling to anything and is slowly losing oxygen as she drifts helplessly. She decides to remove her left glove and fling it in the opposite direction so she can reach her ship again. As soon as she removes her glove, her arm starts freezing. It's hard to watch her in pain, but what will make you clutch your arm is when Alexandria fails to reach her ship by an inch and then takes extreme measures in a last-ditch attempt to save herself. If you find yourself looking for a way to dissuade someone from traveling to space, this is it.
So you still need a hand?
Funny you should ask. But I got things under control.
Number 2, no more room. With easily accessible immortality, a neo-noir setting, and a stoic protagonist, this episode really popped.
Sir, we're not doing anything wrong. Ouch! We're just trying to live.
It takes place in a world where humanity has achieved immortality, and everyone is allowed to enjoy it. There is a catch, though. Since no one can die of old age, overpopulation is inevitable. In order to prevent the population from growing further, it becomes illegal to have children.
I'd go ahead and take them in. I'll deal with the kids.
As a result, the police department regularly searches for unregistered offspring. This leads to a grim and ghastly moment at the start of the episode where the protagonist has to do the unthinkable.
Sorry, kids.
Even though it happens off-screen, it will still stay with you. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Truth. The crew of the Blue Goose slips into hypersleep as their ship returns home. Unfortunately, there's an error in their coordinates, and they end up way off course. When the crew wakes up, they're greeted by the captain's old flame, Greta.
Situation sucks, but it's good to see a friendly face.
She'll be okay, Tom.
He eventually realizes that there's something very wrong with the space station, and that Greta isn't really Greta.
You're not really Greta.
I'm sorry, Tom.
After an intense confrontation, she reveals the truth to him.
Show me, goddammit!
All right, Tom. But understand this. I do care for you. I care for all the lost souls that end up here.
He awakens to the sight of a giant hive full of ships and Greta, who is actually a spider-like being that spins this web of lies to comfort him. Prepare to feel your skin crawl after watching that, and then seeing that the simulation repeats itself, much like The Witness.
Shit, our sector, but that's hundreds of light years off our course.
Yes, it is. But hey, at least there's a friendly face here.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.